Hello, everybody. Today I'm joined with Allie Berry.
Hello, hello.
Sweetheart that I haven't talked to in a while, and I'm glad we got to talk to each other today. And we're going to talk about anything and everything anybody wants to talk about, and our individual journeys and spiritual matters, what's going on in our world, maybe. I don't know. We'll figure out what we're going to talk about as we go. So if anybody hasn't, like I typed in the chat, if anybody has any questions or wants to chime in with something, just use caps so I can notice it right away. Uh-oh. Hello, everybody.
Is it me?
Allie Berry.
Hello, hello.
Do you hear that?
I do. I hear it.
We got to talk to each other today, and we're going to talk about anything and everything anybody wants to talk about. And
it's a good intro.
I don't know what I just did now. We'll figure out what we're going to talk about as we go. So if anybody hasn't, like, here we go. If anybody has any questions or wants to chime in, just use caps so I can. Sorry, guys, I'm new to this here. There we go. You hear that? Here we go again. Now I got 4 of them going.
Yeah, it seems like it's getting like less noise behind us. It's a good intro.
Oh my God. I don't know what I just did now. There we go. Are you there?
I'm here. Are you there?
I figured it out.
Awesome.
Right.
Dude, I have never used Zoom before. Or wait, that's not true. I used Zoom once before. Is there a way that I'm able to look at the chat while we're in here in Zoom?
You can go see on my screen. That's what new to me is that I just learned how to do that, and that's how I had doubles going.
Oh, got it. So it's sort of
that's why you always see me looking down at my phone usually, is because I usually have my phone on so I could read the chat.
I see.
Interact with the chat.
Okay, got it. I don't even know where my phone is right now. I normally would, but I don't know where I put it. Maybe it's in the bathroom. Oh, maybe when I started the laundry. Sure, but that's okay. That's all good. So yeah, we were just greeting each other. Do we have anybody here with us?
Yeah, we have Son in the house, Seven Spalding, Piccolo Son,
awesome.
And Jack Frater
awesome.
De Veritas. What's up, brother?
Very good. Very good. Asimo, welcome, y'alls.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys could join us. And yeah, we're going to talk about the Atman, Brahman. You know, we were just talking about the 4 states of consciousness and how they interrelate and how it all meshes together. And so.
And dreams.
Yeah, what do you think?
I'm a fan of the dreams, and I feel like, man, I should take on the dream journaling. I don't know how long I've been saying that again. I used to do the dream journaling, and it made it so that, I don't know if it was just my awareness of my dreams, but it made my dreamscape like expand like exponentially after I started keeping a journal of it. Plus, at that time in my life, I'd gone through lots of transitions, and I think that I was more in tune with myself, but also at that time, it meant that I was way out of tune with everyone else around me. It felt like I felt like I was speaking gibberish, and my family and couldn't understand what I was talking about, which totally, I ended up just going back like mainstream for years. Like, I just kind of was just like, yeah, I'm a big weirdo. I'm not going to do that anymore. You're right. No one can understand what I'm saying. And so anyways, here I am now, though, still walking that path and finding those things. But the dreaming, I think that we can find a lot about ourselves. And I don't know, it's maybe like our first language, that energy where we reboot. And energy, we swim through it all the time. But it's maybe it's like a different sort of tangible thing once we go through that whole falling asleep process, which I don't know about the whole, like the DMT that's being produced in our brains, and the different things from our pineal gland and our pituitary glands, and things that are being secreted, and then how you're like, ease out of your head. into the dream space, all kinds of interesting stuff. But yeah, since I haven't been smoking weed, I I've had a lot more dreams again. So that's a thankful thing. It's a good thing. But I did smoke again this last week twice, and I've got real mixed feelings about it. I've still been dreaming really good. But I don't know, I sort of feel like I'm judging myself or something. Like I feel like, man, you're right. You shouldn't have got that or something. Like you should have just kept doing what you were doing. And I don't know. But yeah.
You felt like you stumbled or like
maybe I don't know. Like maybe I feel like I'm actually starting to really enjoy who I am without anything else. And then when I'm in that space, I feel like I'm more on point. And like, I feel like it's okay that I smoked weed and I still really like it. And I never said that I was, like quitting.
Right.
I feel,
I love it. My last name
exactly.
Stone, so I can't.
Yeah, I never said that. But now that I have again smoked and stuff and enjoyed it and everything, I mean, like, I don't know. Maybe it opens me up to a lot of personal criticism. And those are voices in my head that I need to address. I'm not certain.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm thinking out loud.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
the four states of consciousness are, if I can remember them right, are the waking state, the dream state, the deep dreamless state, and then the fourth state, which is the Atman or the Brahman. Mm-hmm. And it's odd that the Atman or the Brahman, which we all are, is the silence that all of those three other states of the physical realm are born out of. And it's quite revealing when you really start thinking about it, that the energy and spirit, how it intermingles, and how spirit is everything, yet all the physical is born out of that. So what I'm getting at here is I did the same thing you just stated about. It's been 4 weeks now for me for marijuana, and without it, and I find myself dreaming heavily, and I can remember my dreams. And I'm not saying I never dreamt when I was on pot, but who can remember? Yeah. I don't know if that's the case with everybody else, but
it's probably case by case.
Yeah. Piccolo Son says, blaze a J and dance barefoot on your toes. Need to know what's up, brother. Code's in the house. Code's in the house.
Yay. I need to know. That's so awesome. Welcome, you guys.
Oh. Hi, everybody.
Very good.
Glad you could join. Yeah. And
during the like solid 3 weeks that I didn't smoke anything, I did have one dream during that time, which felt more vivid, something more. It felt like it was more in tune. It was a real message for me. And I had a couple of those dreams in the past couple of years, still while smoking weed. But this one, I don't know. I feel like it did come to me almost as like, and I'm like I said, I'm not certain about these thoughts, but it's almost like it did come to me as like an atta girl, like, yeah. Yeah, this is what you were seeking, that real connected space where you feel like you're actually in a place with someone else and you can take it back with you. Even if at the time you're not to the point of realizing that you're in a dream, I through the waking hours asking myself, is this a dream? Because they say if you keep doing that, you keep incorporating that into your life, you'll do that naturally then in your dream state. It'll be easier to be aware of it. But when we first linked up before you went live, you were talking about getting into a deeper dream state. I'd like to hear more about that if you'd like to talk about it.
Yeah, it's like you knew you dreamt, but it's void. It's like there is nothing, but you felt like there was something you were connecting to, but there's nothing to remember. It's more of a feeling. That's what they say in the Upanishads, is that the three states of, the waking state, the dream state, and then the deep dreamless state, all are a progression type thing. And
Mhm.
and after that, when you can separate yourself from the energy that we are and find the stillness, like it says in I think the Bible, be still and know that I am you, or whatever. And I don't know what teachings it was, but to be still is like on Sunday. Sunday is the reason why we are supposed to not work on Sunday, is because it's the seventh, the birth of the new, which is out of the nothing. If I
Yeah.
can articulate that without confusing people, and but it's intermingled with that, and it's like we were talking about how code always goes into the code of the numbers, and
Mhm.
the three is the fruition of the fourth state, which is the nothing state of the Atman. And oddly enough, that's related directly to the Om, AUM.
Human resonance.
And that's the matras, where the matras are born from, the
Mhm.
Om. And
Isn't that the
then
Schumann resonance too?
pretty much, yeah, I think so. It's about the
Something
same
came across
frequency.
my feed this today or yesterday that said that the Schumann resonance has been off. I don't know the validity of any of that, but
Right.
it came across my consciousness. Throwing
Right.
it
And
out there.
if you were to click on that on YouTube, the algorithms would keep pulling that sort of thing in your way. You'd be seeing volcanoes going off, and
True that. True that. I would. I would look at it,
that's how it is. And
right?
that's
I
that's
just
how
couldn't
I was
relate.
born into YouTube, actually, was the Nibiru thing,
Yeah.
and the whole
Uh-huh.
Nibiru thing, oddly enough, or not oddly enough, it kind of fits quite perfectly, is just we are the Nibiru point. We are the place of the crossing. That is why it drew me in there. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
because we are where heaven and earth collide, because without us, it's without the observer, the observable is unobservable. So
Yeah, it's the now.
yeah, yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes. Yeah, Freighters, Jack says the same thing about the Schumann. He's heard about that. Yep, it's
Interesting. Yeah. Maybe too. I don't know. There was this Master Sri someone that came across my feed too. Never saw him before, but I was magnetically drawn into him. And he was talking about, because we're in Mercury retrograde right now, and we just had Pisces full moon, lots of big energies. And I mean, energies are always fluctuating. They always are what they are. And it's just, we
right,
feel them in different ways: positive, negative, neutral, and like a whole myriad of different colors in between, right? It's all the grays. But like, he was talking about, basically from the 10th to the 25th, that the energies right now are, in a darker phase, and it's in like a negative swing. And he's like, I normally all the time I would tell you, you just push through, push through, push through. But he said, don't, it's not a good idea to launch into anything right now. There is a lot of, and I maybe I resonated with him. Maybe he came across my path because I was resonating with that, because I haven't been feeling my most upbeat. And I feel like go through like all of my trials and errors of life. I feel like all the tests keep coming, and they keep coming, and the tests keep getting easier and smaller and shorter and all that stuff. But I swear to God, I've had many tests this whole week. And I mean, I've done pretty good, but I don't know about smoking the weed. I don't know. I feel like I failed that test.
yeah.
But
Like you said, you like it, as long as it's not something that you're using as a crutch. I don't see anything wrong with it.
right,
you know
that's the key, what you just said. I agree.
so I mean, as long as it's not something you actually
Balance.
need to function, and
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah,
that's human nature, is it not, for us to fall into
tis.
to these cycles of, I want to get high to separate myself from reality,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why where
Yeah.
alcoholism's born from. That's where all of these
Mm-hmm.
demons that are born within us are,
Right.
manifest themselves. And
Yeah.
that's human
Maybe they're
nature. And
like
I think
archon
all of that stuff is
imprints.
there for a reason. Like you said, all of the negative stuff in our life is to help
Mm-hmm.
us in the long run.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's really nice when we actually feel that way. And like, I kind of feel like I'm in a twilight stage of some pretty big shifts, like major shifts I never saw coming in the past couple of years, that I actually feel really grateful for where I'm at. And I guess I'm at the twilight stage where it's like I feel super grateful, even I still have that after sentence that's like, even though I didn't really want any of that. So
Right.
I think like the other like fully healed end off of that is like when you leave that sentence off, you're just like, man, thank God that happened. That was a crazy time. Woo!
You don't think that when you're going through it, but yeah.
No, it's like fetal
Right.
position bullshit. Like,
Right.
oh gosh, yeah. But literally,
Yeah.
thank goodness for it, because
Yeah,
there's so many. There's so much to be about.
huh?
There's so much to be about, to create, to work through,
Yes.
and like, it's exciting. It's exciting to learn new things and be about new things, and like, it's okay some days that that you don't feel as rearing to go. That's okay.
Right.
We've got balance.
Right. Exactly. Matt Man says he just found out how fish get high. I don't know what that means, but
I'm
what's up,
gonna
Matt
need more
Man?
explanation, to be honest.
We got Roberts in the house from Milky Way Soul Tribe. What's up, brother? AF's in
Awesome,
the
everybody.
house.
Matt, everyone, welcome.
Yeah, I'm glad. Welcome aboard, Kat Gilbertson. Gave you a
Cool.
wrench because you weren't part of the Blue Crew, but now you are. And I hope I didn't miss anybody. Colette, hi, Colette. How are you, sweetheart?
Cool.
She's in Dublin, I believe.
Awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, Michael's Rural Farm. I say I have learned enough life lessons. I just want to kick it and watch it all. Just saying. Okay, you're part of the Blue Crew. That's a good quote. Genevieve is in the house.
Oh, hey, Genevieve. Awesome. Emily Rose.
Well, I'm glad you could all join us. And if anybody has anything to say, my shell, where's my shell? This angelfish is my shell.
Oh, Angelfish is here too. I love that girl. That's awesome.
AF. I think
Is awesome.
Yeah, I think that's angelfish, right?
I'm not
what AF means.
Yeah, AF. That's angelfish. Yes.
Yeah.
And if you saw my shell from AF, it's certainly angelfish. I'm just saying.
Right. And that's Michelle.
I think she's saying hi to Genevieve.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my bad.
No worries.
I mean, it's been so long I've been on YouTube. I'm sorry, guys. I'm far removed. And that's
you're doing great, Steve. What?
Thanks. You're always such a hoot or
thank you.
A blossom of energy, I guess. And if no one's aware of Allie's singing prowess, you ought to check your channel out. What's your channel?
Aces and Allie Berry, 2 separate channels.
Awesome.
Yeah, the Aces.
But Aces is with
Corey Richardson, my bandmate.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Corey's a hell of a guitarist, and
he is.
Allie can sing her heart out, I'll tell you.
And Corey's a trip too. He's such a fun dude. He's a trip.
But yeah, he got me into the tongue drumming, and yeah, once I got that,
yes. Oh my God,
I had to get me one of these things.
They're so. Oh my God, I love that. Hey, you know what? Speaking of that, I'm actually going for an ancestral sound therapy healing session next Tuesday again. I'm really looking forward to it, dude.
Right.
Oh my gosh, I'm pumped about that.
Does anybody know what this thing is called?
No, but my grandpa has one.
But this thing, if I can get it to collapse, it collapses into a circle.
Oh, it's so pleasing. Oh my
gosh. You pop it out and it looks like the magnetic field.
Oh my gosh. I always play with that thing at my grandparents' house.
Does anybody know what that thing is called?
Is it it's sort of a toroid. It's a torus, but what is it?
It is a it looks like a
toroidal field.
Toroidal field.
It's like what's spinning around us right now.
Right, that's what everything is. Yeah, right. And oddly enough, the flat earthers, the reason why they think the earth is flat is because the plane of inertia is what is described in all of the what is it, the emerald tablets, and the galaxy. If you look at a galaxy, a setup of a galaxy, it's got it's got the magnetic field. It's like a big toroidal field. but the plane of
Yes.
inertia, the accretion disk, is where all the physical matter is. You know,
Mm-hmm. It makes a whole lot of sense. As
Yeah.
above, so below, as within,
Right.
so without.
Right.
Oh my gosh. Dude, you know what? I don't know why or how it's happened so fast. I drank all my water since we linked. I'm just going to be 2 seconds, okay? I need to get some
Oh,
more
good.
beverage. Okay, thank you.
It's all good. Yeah, but need to know, Set Sun, Colette, Code, Matman, Piccolo. It's wonderful. Seven, Spalding, Genevieve. I can't believe you guys are all here. That's just wonderful that you guys have all joined us. Angelfish, Seaweed, Cat Gilbertson. So how's weather over in Dublin? Sat Sun, in school, I was always shown the universe is flat. Yeah, that's where we're all residing, on that accretion disk. We each have a powerful field. Yes, we do. What's it called? What is this thing called?
Dang, it's so weird. I can't see.
I don't
Do you know the name? Or are you really asking?
I don't know what it is.
Okay. I thought you were just
I knew what
testing
it was at one point, but I forgot. All that weed smoking, you know what I mean?
Oh shit. Yeah, dude. If you really want to know what it's called, you just need to spark it up and then you'll remember. You
Right.
learned when you were stoned.
It's like a slinky, but it's not. You know?
Yeah,
I want
it's
to
a-
keep saying. I asked my daughter, and she laughed at me because I had a name for it, and I keep forgetting what it was. But Ken Wheeler has one of these, and he talks about the toroidal field and the magnetic field, and you know, all and oddly enough, the magnetic field has a black hole at the middle of it, in all magnetic fields. You know, he calls it the plane of inertia, or the what does he call it? Somebody refresh my memory.
I don't know.
Orb something, Colette says. It's a sphere. Yes, it is. Somebody's looking. They can't find the toy yet.
The eye of
Who's a
God.
Waddy? Liquid
That's
versus
the eye of a tornado.
what? Man figured it out, or what?
Dang it. I can't stand not being able to see people's stuff. It's so annoying. I'm
Oh,
gonna
you
figure
mean
it out. Yeah, I
Did
can't
you
see
find your
anybody's-
phone?
Yeah. I never looked for it. I just went and got water. I know, I bet I can figure this out though. Am I still in the chat with you? Can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you. You're in
Okay,
chat.
cool. And I don't need to see I don't need to be in that screen. I can figure it out from here.
Right. Yeah, you don't need to see the meeting or nothing. So
That's
yeah,
right.
but you'll have to pause the video if you go into another screen, otherwise you'll hear it, you know.
I just turned the sound off. Oh my gosh, I can see us now, even though
There
none
you
of our
go.
lips match up. This is extra funny.
Oh
Oh my gosh, dude, there's also like there's like our words are being printed out.
What?
Subtitles.
Oh, you got it on CC. Yeah.
Oh,
Closed
okay.
caption.
Closed caption.
Yeah.
All right, it's off now.
You don't want to follow that, because then you'll be really lost.
I will. I was like, what did you say? I'm reading.
Forest field, maybe. Metallic.
Awesome.
seed.
Geoflux. Vector sphere.
God,
Metallic seaweed.
I don't. I know it's right at the tip of my tongue, but I just can't figure it out. And I hate it when that happens. But let's talk about what you've been reading lately. You've been reading the DMT molecule, right?
Yeah, I just finished that one out, and man, what a juicy read. And like did I already talk about this with you earlier? I don't know. I think it was when we were just talking. I don't think
It
we were
was
live
just
at
when
that
we were
point.
talking. That's
Okay.
why I asked you again.
Yeah. It's just nuts how when I first read that book over a decade ago, it like totally changed my life. And this time around, it's completely opened me up to entirely new thoughts and ideas. And I know that's because I've experienced a lot of different things since then. And it's just exciting. It's like what is that? When the Native Americans, they couldn't see those ships until they actually climbed on board. It's like, if we don't have the perception of it, it's not going to be something that crosses our minds. It's like, this shit really is in layers. Like it comes in layers, the understandings of things. And
Oh yeah. Yes.
but I'm thankful. I'm thankful for it. It's interesting now to read books and like have constructive criticism as I'm even reading them, and then how that changed later. And then to, you know, I like all of it. It's different. It's all different. I get different things out of it from when I narrate, from when I read to myself, and it's good. But yeah, DMT, the spirit molecule, is really good. But man, that other one that I just got into, I haven't even really started it. I just read like the forwards and stuff, is The Secret Teachings of All Ages by Manly P. Hall. And like a plethora of amazing scholars that are like the best at what they do in their fields from the 1920s and 30s. I'm pumped about that. That one's going to take a long time to get into. And then also I just started reading this week, The 9 Powers of Women, Unlocking the Divine Feminine Within. This author reached out to me, and she said, hey, you know, do you want to make a video on my book? And I'll send it to you. She sent it to me. I just started it. It's super juicy. She's talking about Enki and Enlil and like Jesus and the concentration camp and all that jazz. And it's fascinating. It's cool. I'm glad that, you know, it's good to put stuff out there. Like when I read the DMT book again, it was like after a really awesome reading that I got from Chrissy. And she said, it said something to do with about like, read a book that you love and that you know that you've, it's a tried and true. So that was easy to pick the DMT book. But then after that, these other ones just kind of like fell in line. And yeah, one day at a time. I'm thankful. Anna Barretto, The 9 Powers of Women. And that 9 number, it's been following me around ever since I started doing it too. I mean, like all over today, right. 99, 99, 99, which is also like another message to be like, hey, get your shit in gear and actually make the moves and do the things. You're so close. But yeah.
As usual, Piccolo Son's got to chime in with, if you want to unlock the divine feminine, you got to dance barefoot on your toes.
And you have to howl at the moon, like in conjunction, like preferably during a full moon.
Does anybody else get, you know, because I have hypertension or high blood pressure, and whenever there's a full moon, man, it spikes.
Interesting.
I'm dead serious about that. It's like how the tide of the earth, of the water, is pulled by the moon. It's like I'm pulled by the moon or something, and then my blood pressure actually spikes. And I've noticed that. Because the last 3 days, you know, 4 days, my blood pressure has been through the roof, and now it's starting to go down again. It's just weird.
Dang, energy lives, man.
No, I'm just kidding. What was that, Allie?
Energy lives. It's just really fascinating how we're all these organic beings and how it affects us all in different ways.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Dude, have you eaten any of those supplements?
Not yet.
Not yet. No pressure. No pressure.
No, I wanted my blood pressure to go down before I started taking anything else.
Okay. Yeah, that's really important.
Sending them to me. Thank you.
Actually, that's why I asked. I was like, "Are you sure it wasn't those things?" Because there's like ginseng and like things that are like going to boost your metabolism and shit.
Right. No, I'm on blood pressure medication, so you know, I've got to watch what I do there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's half the reason why I cut out the pot, to see if that helps with that, you know. But you know, I got it.
Well, you still have
a little bit. Yeah.
Okay.
It's helped with my bowling game anyway. Because I tend to get stressed out when I suck at bowling.
Oh my gosh, stress is the real killer, dude.
Right. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Very, very much so. And when you were talking about the number 9, you know, before I was even open to the spiritual thing, and even Nibiru, and you know, all of the, you know, it's like the conspiracies and whatnot all add up to, you know, an eye opener. And the first eye openers I had were 333, and I still see it over and over and over and over and over again.
Me too.
I always knew it meant something. You know, for 20 something years, I was like, why am I always seeing this number? So I started paying attention to it. And then when I see it, I would become more aware of my surroundings and pay attention to what I'm doing, or, you know, wonder what's coming my way. And now if I see it, something is coming my way. If I see it more than once, or you get a feeling when you see it, because you see it all the time.
Yeah.
It's like when you buy a new car, you see that car everywhere, right?
Yes. Oh my gosh. That happened to me too.
Yeah. Yes. And yeah, over and over again. But that's how my initial awakening started, was seeing the code around me and noticing and recognizing it, and then knowing there's something more to
Amen.
life than just the physical essence that we are. And now I am under the understanding, the Om, and all of that is all interrelated to the point where it all brings us back to, and I'm going to get some flack for saying this again, but we are all one in that we're all, like Tesla said, hard light, or the light. The light is everything, and without the light, the darkness would just be darkness, and the light is actually born in the darkness. So take that for what you will. But I mean, it's the progression that I've gone from just seeing numbers to noticing that the etymology of words are all interconnected.
I love etymology.
Yeah, and it's awesome when you start looking up things like the word Anunnaki, what that really means. That means Sky Father on Earth, and we can all become a Sky Father on Earth. Oh, and by the way, guys, another surprise for you. This Saturday, I'm going to have Phil Langdon on.
Awesome.
Yes, finally, again, it's been over a year and a half, I think, but he's going to be coming on, and we're going to talk about Jewish allegory, the monarchy, because of Queen Elizabeth just departing from us, and
yeah, big shifting energy up in here.
Yeah, and what royalty really is born from, and what it really meant back in the day, and we'll get into all that, and the King Solomon story, and so yeah, I'm
juicy.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
That's great.
I always
what day did you say?
On Saturday. Saturday at 2 my time, so it'll be like
3 my time,
8 p.m. London time, 7 p.m. London time, so maybe 1 or 2 my time. Where are you, Ellie, in the country?
I'm in Ohio.
So you're on Mountain Time?
Yes, or Eastern Standard.
Oh, you're in Eastern, so you're an hour ahead of me.
Yes.
So right now it's 8:30 at your place.
Tis. Yes.
It is. It's funny. I work with this Mexican guy, and he's about the only Mexican guy I've ever heard say "you betcha" over and over. In Minnesota, you betcha. It's a thing here. And today I was at the grocery store, and this elderly lady, she was in my way, and I said, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I just want to grab this pop," and she said, "You betcha." I was like, yeah, that's awesome.
It's catching. Oh my goodness.
Right.
Yeah. You know what I did spend a lot of time thinking about today was the whole mind, body, spirit connection, and like what's really important. What are the things that we really do, keep forward in our thoughts that are not bringing us closer to the things that are creating habits that aren't bringing us closer to the things that we are seeking. And I felt this sense of, if it's really important, we'll do it, like if it's really important, you just do it. You show up, you put in the work, and you keep doing it. And is it just in human nature to want to not assistance? What is up with that? I don't know.
To not want, I mean, what assistance?
To be consistent,
oh yeah,
to be consistent,
being concise,
yeah, the consistency, the discipline to continue to do things. I do see that as my life has continued, that I've picked up healthier habits that have stayed with me, and you do build habits that work for you, and it becomes easier and easier to do those things. But still, it's sometimes a challenge to make myself even do those things, like brush my freaking teeth or make myself work out. It's fine. Why? Poor Kay. I mean, it feels like I've been at this for a little while. I'm going to be 40 next year. So yeah.
Shit, you're young. I'm gonna be
I
50.
am. That you are too.
Yeah, I'm gonna be 50. So
And I really, and two, I've been reverse aging. I swear it's just insane. Maybe it's just because I don't know if it's just a perception of my own self, but like I have been reverse aging. My skin is better. I'm healthier in general. And I know that that has a lot to do with the things that I choose to do on a regular daily basis, you know, as far as hair, skin, diet, all of that goes. It makes you wonder what
Tracy,
kind
here,
of
hi
advantage.
Tracy. Sorry, I had to say hi to Trace.
Awesome, Trace. Welcome, welcome. It just it makes you wonder the sort of advantage you might be at if those were things that were important and forward in our minds when we were younger people, if we grew in spaces where that was the case. Now we all get dealt a hand, and I'm really blessed that I was in a space that was filled with love and fast food, but like like
Right.
like you know what I'm saying.
Oh, I know exactly what you're saying there with the fast food.
Yeah,
That's why I have high blood pressure, I think.
right, seriously, because it's actually not food, but damn, it tastes good.
Yeah, too good, actually. Yeah.
Right, way
Yeah.
too good. And I swear it's like they're finding ways to put more calories in smaller things. Like for real.
Right.
You know, Fritos
Yeah.
are fire starters. They are like saturated in fat.
Ain't that the truth? Ain't that
Oh
the
my
truth?
gosh, but they really are fire starters.
Well,
But
it's like anything that is good for you isn't that tasty, and anything that is bad for you tastes great. It's just like
Mhm.
everything in life, right? I mean, the things that will the things that we perceive as the worst, hurtful struggles and whatnot are probably the best for us spiritually, if we can
Yeah.
recognize that and not get stuck in the doldrum of it. And
Mhm.
which brings us to, the current age we're living in, and the the entropy of our system that has arisen by, the this and the that, the you and the me, the them and the they, and us and them, and the Republicans, the Democrats, the
The
zeitgeist,
grand show.
yeah, the whole shit show
The world's a
shenanigans that we
stage.
we are pulled in by. And if we can overcome and just realize that, everybody
We are one.
everybody well, that's kind of a generic way to say it, but yeah, if
Mhm.
if we could all just realize that we all want the same things, and
Yeah, we're just like
we just want
everyone
to be
else.
loved and just fucking live on and survive, right?
Yeah, dude, we all bleed red. And even if all of our blood wasn't red, we would probably still have the same sort of motivations,
Right,
you
right,
know?
right. And
Yeah.
the energy of this world can get to the point where it can just drag you and drag you and drag you. And if you can separate
Mhm.
yourself from that, it's a good quote that I heard from Phil over and over again. If you die before you die, when you die, you won't die, and then that means dying to this world as far as your
Mhm.
ego and your attachment to it. And it's easier said than done, I know. But
It's like all people die, but not all people truly live.
yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
one too. Yeah, very
Mhm.
good.
You think that transcendental meditation it brings us closer to that state of that third consciousness, that deeper dream state? Like I
Yes, I do.
I think that helped me today pull myself out of some stupid negative thoughts I was having. And even that I just said that right there, that stupid thing, me judging myself, calm down, Ellie B. Gosh, it's okay, right?
Right, right.
Like,
You're a Harry
but
star, not yeah, right.
but I do feel that even just closing my eyes for a couple of moments and imagining that I was up with the stars looking down at the world helped me put into perspective what is really that important after all. Like, why would I get so fired up about some douchebag? Why would I let it, ruin what I perceive as ruin my mood or my emotion for days? Like, why would I do that to myself? That's so stupid. We are so powerfully, infinitely capable. It's like amazing. There's no need to
Yeah.
dwell in that space, right?
Well, and then when you're mad at somebody, it doesn't hurt the person you're mad at. It only hurts you.
It hurts you.
That's the only
Exactly.
person it
Do you
hurt.
know I told myself that whole week that, and as I was like pissed,
Yeah.
all week I said that this is so stupid. Like,
Right. I
so
find myself
pissed.
doing that 15 times a day driving home from work on the freeway.
Oh Lord.
Like,
Oh
calm
gosh,
down,
no, right.
calm down. This guy's driving slow because he's scared of something, or that's how he drives.
Oh
Calm
my
down.
gosh. I hear you. My new
Yeah.
favorite thing is flipping people off when they do shitty things on the road. I think it's hilarious. I guess I gotta stop. I don't know. I think I gotta stop doing it. You don't know how it's going to affect the other person, even though it makes me laugh so hard. I think
Yeah.
maybe I should stop doing it.
Yeah, it causes rage when somebody's saying you're number one.
Right. I've done it 3 times, and like every time I've done it 3 times, it's like 2 months, I flipped people off that were douchebags to me, and like made it. They like made it known that they were pissed off at me. So I just like flipped them off while I was laughing my head off. And I don't know. I guess, man, I don't know. I really like it. It's so funny. But right. What kind of energy are we sending?
This is true. And I think that's half the battle is knowing, even when you're not expressing the anger and you're still harboring it in you, you're still contributing to it.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And whether or not you're showing it on the outside, you're still feeling it on the inside. And it's just affecting you at the moment. But who knows what it's affecting in the whole.
Yeah, in the whole grand scheme of it. So like, yeah, sure, I'm having a good old guffaw over here, but I don't want to make another person worse, even though they were the ones that were being total D-bags in the first place. Maybe I was wanting that. I don't know. Didn't seem like it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's like the 100 monkey effect or whatever that thing is, where the one monkeys on the one island were learn to eat their seashells or clean their food in the ocean and open them a certain way and get their food, and then on the other island, all of a sudden they pick that behavior up just, from what, so it's like, so consciousness on every level is connected, is it not?
Exactly.
So yeah, it's like if I used to find it weird when I was posting videos over and over again in different subjects and whatnot, and maybe it was just the algorithm of YouTube, but I thought, wait a minute, I'm not watching these videos, I'm producing them. So if I produce a video and then all of a sudden I see all these other people producing the same videos, are they watching my video and getting a hint from it and then making another, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you.
Have you ever come across that?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so it's like, is it the
and like,
or
what do the thoughts even get us though?
Right, and which brings me to another thing. And this recent study that I did or video that I watched and a couple things I read, where if we didn't have language, how would we think?
I wonder about that. I think maybe in in art, in imagery and sounds.
Right. So is that where hieroglyphs are born from? But still, that's a language.
It's always the beginning of language, right?
Yeah.
And shapes.
Yes.
But first, before we had hieroglyphs and hieroglyphics, we had shapes of things and numbers. And that's where all of that comes from in every creation story I've read.
Right.
The first God brings language, and then they say, name the things and care for them.
Right. Buzzacino's in the house, and
Buzzacino, awesome.
There's somebody in the house with a weird symbol. I don't even know how to pronounce their name. So,
right.
You see that?
Yes.
I don't know how to say your name. So there you go.
I don't know how to pronounce it either.
On point, showing up right there. When if you had thoughts and you didn't know language, how would you express them, or how would you think? So yeah, that's like how the Om is born from the Amatra, or the matras are born from the Amatra, and Amatra is the Atman state, or the Brahman state, or the stillness of everything.
Brahman.
Yeah, the cow. What we all are, and how action is born from inaction, it's just
Balance.
wonderful to start putting these things together in your mind. And it's like with each of our experiences, any aha moment I have, I can't express the levity of my profundity or profound aha moments to anybody else, because they're my experiences, right?
Yeah,
I can share them, but I mean, you're not gonna tag them like I tag mine, if you understand what I mean. So,
absolutely. We have different experiences. They could be
yeah,
similar, but it would never be the same.
yeah. And it that's why I think all religions and all teachings are so confusing and so whatnot, because if you read any scripture, that's one particular person's like Matthew, of the Bible. That's one
Mhm.
particular scripture, his interpretation of what he went through or she went through, or that person or whatever that who wrote that down went through, and I think all of these things are put down from individual perspectives, but we hold on to them because they are somebody's perspective, and it's like, okay, there's something there. It's like the nibber effect,
Yes.
So yeah.
It's like energy all has imprints. All that ever was is like it's I think it's recorded in energy. I think it feels that way. I feel like even conversations that we have that are important, they're recorded for all time. And then yeah, it grows. It grows or it diminishes depending on how much energy gets, pushed
Right,
into.
the ebb and flow of the rhythm is gonna get you. The rhythm is gonna get you.
Oh,
And
hey,
like Jack just said,
that's a good
hermetic
song.
laws rule quite literally, and they do.
Hey, Saturnian's here. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yay.
He's always present, and I appreciate him. So yeah. And we were talking
Mhm.
in Frank Phoenix, if you're watching, buddy, I'm going to get together with you and we're going to have a discussion. He wanted to share, because my last live stream when I was solo, I was watching the movie, what was it, 2012, where Charlie, Woody is standing on the edge of Yellowstone Nash, the big caldera, and he says, "I have goosebumps, people." Remember that part of that movie when the volcano is going to explode and he gets swept off? Remember that?
I didn't see it, but I
You've
pictured
never
it
seen
as spoke.
2012, where
I never
uh,
saw it.
Woody Harrelson's up on the mountain, and his name is Charlie. But anyway, uh, I made that, and there's a bunch of people struggling in the chat, talking about the struggles of their lives and how. Michelle Seymour, what's up, sweetheart? Michelle, how are you, sweetheart? We would wander round and find some good person to lead us, since we talk nonsense. Yes, true.
Did you
But
see this? There is a case that the act of reading and writing caused a great schism in the brain. Like to be a bard and like learn to be a druid and go through the different phases of that whole schooling process. I there were I think that this was the bardic. I think this was the whole bardic path. You weren't even allowed to be able to write things down. You memorize them all. They thought that if you could write these things down, it would hinder your ability to actually recall what these stories were. And I always found that to be super fascinating, that it was actually like an illegal idea to actually spell things into existence because of the power that we have. Anyways,
well, it's called spelling for a reason, right?
absolutely it is. Don't
Yeah.
forget it, anyone writes.
Right.
Yeah,
That's why you should write nothing but good things.
true that. And speak
Right.
nothing but good, right? That's what they say. But
Yeah.
I mean, there is place for these negative emotions, and there is place to deal with them.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of inseparable from the human condition. The
Mm-hmm.
negative thoughts. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's half of what we are. Some people, it's most of what we are. And
Right.
I've been stuck in that before in my life, and you know, with the
Yep.
grace of God, I've found myself really trying to better myself, and you guys have all helped me, every one of you. And
Likewise, I'm so
I,
thankful for this whole community. I'm thankful for Steve and
yes.
everyone that we've met through these past like 3 years. Wow.
Yeah, I just seen my YouTube channel was born in 2009. I'm like, holy shit.
I saw that today too. I was like,
I'm like, what?
wow.
It's been that long? I'm like, oh
Yeah.
my God.
It's a long time. It's
Yeah,
good.
it's been a long time. And
It
I had
grows.
a thought, but I just let it go and I forgot what I was gonna say. I hate it when I do that.
Going through the hard times, being thankful to all the peoples.
Yeah, and and if it weren't for you, who would I be? That's, I like that.
Right. If it wasn't for you, who would I be?
Right. And, no matter who you are, even if
Exactly.
I've clashed with you, and I used to hold on to my opinions like they were freaking rock solid gold and nobody else knew anything. I only knew it, and whatever you had to say wasn't true. And, it all falls under the whole thing is, if your perspective isn't my perspective, it doesn't mean it's wrong,
That's right.
and we need to just realize that, because
Amen.
perspectives are just that. We are all angles of the same light. That's
Mhm.
what an angel is. Hey.
Hey, I was in the Matrix Unveiled's website. He had a live stream earlier today, and he used this term instead of life force energy, he used light force energy, and I love it. It's way more specific. It's way more specific. And I mean, he's all about recognizing, the balance of energies, the light, the dark, that it's always there, and not pretend, that the dark isn't there within us. But what are we bringing in to this manifestation where we live? What do we want to bring in? And how we do that as energy work, and with energy work, is with our light light force energy. I love it.
Right. I've heard other people say that the tree of life is tree of light. And
Ooh,
it's
I love
pretty
that.
much spot on because I think life is light,
Yeah,
hard light.
all is light,
Like
even
Tesla said.
noise.
Yes.
Oh
Yes.
man,
Well, noise is
yes.
the Atman, the Brahman, that's the,
Mm-hmm.
and it's all born from the mantra, which is the
Desert
still.
Rose. Hi, Desert Rose. Welcome
Yeah, I wanted
in.
to say hi to Travis the Brick, the architect. Yeah,
Ooh,
and
what a name.
Travis the Brick, he used to be known as the architect, and
Yeah, the
3 years
architect.
ago now, I think it was, I met him and he was the architect at the time. And the night before I met him, I heard this in a dream or a premonition, the word rakatamata.
Oh, not
And,
Rolo Tomasi.
and no, it was rakatamata.
Okay, got it.
And he said that word in my live stream, and I said, whoa, back up. What was that?
Wow,
That's how I met him. Yeah,
that was destiny.
that freaked me out.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
And oddly enough, in gematria,
Mm-hmm.
geomatrix.com, I typed it in, rakatamata, and guess what it led me to?
333.
Pretty much that, but it led me to the what was it, the Shambhala.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's
It was like on the
so
same, it was
cool.
just weird. It was one of those things where it all just lines up, it's like, what the
Mm-hmm.
F? And those are
Ah,
the things in life where the universe, oh, I know what I was going to say. This is weird here too, because life is the universe creating memory.
yeah, that's a fun
Yeah.
mind bend. I love it.
Yeah. And that's what the Akasha is. The Akasha
Yes,
record is life experiences life is experiences, and that's creating memory,
it is.
is the universe creating memory. Because without it, there's no observable, there's no observed without the observer, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like boom, boom, boom. And it was just weird how I just came to that again through the story of, that's what I mean, how all these things can
Cyclical.
just line up in,
Mm-hmm.
from the numbers to
Symbiotic.
the words, and if anybody
It's
is
so
interested,
cool.
if anybody's, you got to check this out too, Ali, is go to Stan Tenen, look him up on YouTube. He's part of it's the Meru, foundation or institute. I'm not sure what the second word is, but if you Google his name, Stan Tenen, he figured out that he noticed that the Hebrew alphabet are all of the Hebrew alphabet, all the letters are just shadows of the same shape. And it's
Ooh,
it's
oh
the
my
flame in the
God.
tent.
Okay, that blows my mind. I'm certainly gonna look that. That's
Yeah.
nuts. I can't find my favorite pen. I
That
guess I'll
way,
use
what's
this
up that
one.
way?
That way. Welcome, Osimo.
You go that way, I go this way.
Oh my gosh. Is that from dang it, those little brownies
I don't know.
from dang that movie with Val Kilmer and the Alora baby. Such an old one. Okay. What's that guy's name again?
Stan Tenen, Stantenen. I think that's how you spell it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. The 51 Project, what's up? Haven't seen you in a while.
Awesome.
Yeah, but Mount Meru, he named it, Mount Meru is the primordial mound of creation that it was born from the abyss, just like the Great Pyramid of of Giza it represents, and that's, with this clay I shall build my pyramid. That means that you're going to build your pyramid. It's going to start out with a bunch of nonsense, undefinable information. You're going to take all this information, which is clay, and you're going to make that information, you're going to discern that information and make it into bricks to build your pyramid. And then your pyramid is slowly going to give you proportion and then something measurable. And then all of a sudden you're going to come to that one spot of truth, which is that capstone that comes from above, and the aha moment, the bing, bing, so
yeah,
Mount Meru, that's where I've tried to message the guy, but that it was years ago when he had these videos, and I don't know how old he is now, but hopefully he's still around. But yeah, look it up. It's awesome.
I will. I'm already so stoked about the whole idea of the shadow. Because
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen other like runic languages and stuff where you have one shape that all the shapes are made from, but I've never seen it in shadow play. Oh my gosh. That's cool.
Miro video is the channel for Stan's work, Dance of the Hebrew Letters. Yes. And if anybody's ever figured or seen the flame in the tent, and that is actually in, if I'm not mistaken, the Emerald Tablets of Thoth, I think, that flame in the tent reference. And it's also in the Hebrew Bible, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And it brings me to the thought of the tabernacle and all of that, but we won't get into that. Hebrew alphabet is 3D warped around a torus. Yes. And that's this shape of your hand. It's a shape of your hand. Yeah. And if you were to look at the flame from different angles, it's just weird. Yeah. And it exactly what he said about the 3D wrapped around a torus. Yeah. And and which, when you realize that even the alphabet, alphabet,
yes,
alphabet, yes, exactly, or the first and the last,
it's so cool. I love it.
The beginning, the end, or even the word January is born from Janus.
Yes, it is.
The first and the last, the new beginning, the death of the old, and that's exactly what Shiva is, right? So,
yeah.
It's all interconnected where
and Kali,
the
destroyer.
Yes, it's all just awesome. So you have anything else you want to talk about?
Me?
Yeah, you.
I don't, there was a little break in the space there and I was heavy in thought. So thank you. I needed assistance.
It's all good. It's all good.
I do want to, I think, say that I don't know. It seems like maybe it feels like we're so much more capable of things than we do. I don't know. I guess where I'm getting, do you think that maybe How does the energy shift? How does the energy, is it just always that it has to be it always has to be like a learning experience, and we are, the ups and the downs and all of that stuff. But it's just like, if we know that we're so capable of doing things, maybe our emotions aren't as important, even though they seem so important. Like, what's the workaround, or the consistency of doing things to be able to feel good while we're doing things and remain disciplined?
I think that goes to what we started this conversation with. The waking state is obviously where we're creating emotions, experiencing emotions, and
Yes.
riding them emotions. And
Riding emotions, that's important, when we ride the emotions.
yeah, and that's part of experience. And
Mm-hmm.
if we can, to not get too emotional is probably gonna phase you into what we were talking about, the deep
Yeah.
sleepless, or
Mm-hmm.
the deep sleep dreamless
Mm-hmm.
state, which
Yeah.
is the third state of consciousness after the dream state.
Mm-hmm.
And you get closer to that, where you can just calm your mind and sit in the stillness, and
Yeah.
be still and know that I am that I am. And you
And
know
feel it.
and
And yeah,
it's easy to
practice.
say but hard to do, right?
The practice, it's the making of the habits. That's the real key, I think.
Yes.
And you know what, too? That is it. Sometimes it's just like, I think with my own emotions, like I just need to be like, and I'm not trying to discount my own emotions or anybody's emotions, but sometimes you just have to be like, so what? So what? Let's just like not go there. Let's not
Hmm.
even go there right now, because who cares? Do you want to be the person that you want to be, or do you want to freaking think about this other bullshit right now? There's a time and a place for everything. And like, if you're visiting thoughts that you've been visiting for, countless times, years of your life, what is it getting you? What is it getting me? you know so sometimes just sucking it up and doing it will teach you a whole different way, and then you have endorphins rushing, and then you are becoming something new and different and experiencing it, right?
What is emotion really? Like code would break it down. What is emotion? Energy in motion. you know so what's the opposite of that? Stillness. It's like
Yes.
emotion is us.
Mm-hmm.
you know
Yes.
and spirit is stillness, is us. So what is
you
that?
know
The Nibiru crossing point. We can realize this. And
the crossing point, the four. I've been seeing
yeah.
444 all day,
Yep,
and
that's one of them.
999. Yeah.
Right. Zach Diecast Mansour says, I'm emotionally emotionless. I like that.
Yeah. And it just gets easier with time. And I mean, what is easier anyway? Sometimes easy is boring, right? We like challenges. It
Right.
just has to be, you have to keep upping the ante one day at a time.
Maya L's in the house. What's up, brother?
Hey,
And
welcome, welcome.
he says, no, emotions don't matter,
True
because
that.
it doesn't matter how you feel. The planet still does what it's going to do,
Uh,
whether you like it or not. And that's the truth, because nature is what it is. And yes, Dr. Emoto proved water reacts to emotions. The
yes, it
conjunct of
does.
Venus opposite Earth every 8 years makes a pentagram. Pentagram made three isosceles triangles. In these, you can fit the water molecule exact. Yes. And if you look, Ken Wheeler, he tends to come off as a bit, I don't know, full of himself, but he makes a few points about, you know,
True that, Jack. Sorry.
he makes a few points about what the hydrogen molecule, and how it makes a Pythagorean triangle, and all of these things, and
Oh,
it just comes back to how it all fits back to the one, man. it's just
yes,
it's
it
just like
does
the letters,
all.
it's just like the words, it's all of it. It's just,
Mm-hmm.
and Maya L is the biggest proponent to say that we're not all one. And I don't mean that in a physical sense that we're all one. I mean that in a consciousness aspect, or spirit aspect, where because we're not going to see things in the same direction, because we're all different perspectives of the same thing. So
Though, on a physical aspect, we are pretty much all just golems. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're creating ourselves. We are this organic intelligence, and what we feed our minds and our mouths and everything, it creates what we are, what we, right? But that I mean, I know that that's metaphysical thinking too. And I realize that you're in Minnesota with your own physical body, and I'm here in Ohio with my own physical body. But we are the same stuffs,
Yeah, we're made up of the same, I mean, 666, right? I mean, we're all that, and some of us tend to think we're better than others. Some of us tend to think we're worse than others, or some of us think that, oh, that guy's lucky and I'm unlucky. But, in the end, we're all going to die in the physical sense. And we're all here to live in the physical sense. So, get busy living or get busy dying,
Yeah, Brooks was here.
Right. There you go. I love that movie, man.
I love that movie so much, dude.
I love it so much how he swims through a mile of shit to come out shining on the other side.
Yes.
And everybody gets what they sow. You reap what you sow. Right.
True that.
That's
indeed.
That's the whole point of that movie is like, you keep screwing the system and keep screwing everybody over, you're going to get what's coming to you.
Yes. It's good to put the good vibes out. It's good to actually, not just for others though, just for our own selves. It feels good. It feels good to be a part of doing things where that you could help, and it's well received, right?
Right. And here's a question for everybody. Okay, you're driving your car, you get off on the freeway exit, and you see somebody standing there with a sign. What goes through your mind instantly?
Don't make eye contact.
She's telling the truth. There are times, though, where I found myself giving somebody money in that condition, that situation. And I don't know why, but most of the time, I'm going to be honest, I say, if you got the time and the energy to stand there with the freaking sign when it's 90 degrees, why can't you go out and get a job like the rest of us? I
know, dude, that is their job. They're allowed to do it like they feel it. And so am I. I'm just like, I would have to stop.
But, is that wrong of me to think that? Or,
no, I guess I don't think any thoughts are wrong. It's just what we do with them.
Right. Well, I once gave a dude $10 because he stood there. His sign actually word for word said this: I ran out of weed. I need money for weed. Be
honest. That's the best way. Oh my gosh.
The most I ever gave anybody on the side of the road with a sign.
That's so funny.
I gave him $10. I'm like, dude, go get yourself a couple J's, man.
That's too good. On the corner of my little street here, in my little town, there was this guy standing out in front of this ice cream shop, and he had this sign, and it was on a piece of cardboard, and it said, I suck at fantasy football. And he was wearing a chicken costume. He was out there for hours in my town last week. Wow. I loved it. Just saying that's the kind of sign I would have gave that guy $10.
But then, there's this one time where I seen this lady out there dressed really nice. She had her two kids sitting in lawn chairs next to her, and she had this big elaborate sign made up. And I actually seen her get into her nice car and she's sitting on the corner asking for money.
Dude, that's the thing. That's the thing. No, make eye contact. I don't know what's going on, but I don't want to have any part of it because I don't know what's going on.
Right. But do you judge somebody just by the look? Or
no, but here's the thing. Here's the reason why too. I don't even I won't make eye contact anymore, because there was one time in my 20s where I stopped for this guy and I didn't have any money that I could give him, but I had a really nice pair of shoes and he needed shoes. Well, I tried to give him my shoes and he was a total asshole to me.
Like, he didn't want he
didn't want the shoes.
He can't smoke your shoes or
exactly. Like he got so pissed
or drink
from
your
then on. I was just like, whatever. I'm never engaging with this type again. Like that. What does that make me, a racist?
Well, it makes you biased. That's for sure.
Yeah. Like, guys can suffer over there. I'll suffer over here. I'll help in ways that I can in other ways.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, hey, it's been real. It's been real fun.
Dude, it's been so fun to chat with you and
You too.
everybody here. Jackie Fox just arrived.
Hi,
Awesome.
Jackie.
That's great.
Right.
Dang. All right. I want to come over here on this other so I can actually see your eyeballs this time. There we go.
All
Awesome.
right.
Now I got this other stream up.
All
So
right,
thank
everybody.
you.
Huh?
Thank you so much, Steve. I'm so thankful
Thank
we got
you.
to do this.
Thank you. I had a good time.
Me too.
And we talked about a lot of things, and I appreciate that. And
Me too.
make sure you come watch Phil and I have a chat, because that ought to be pretty good.
It's going to be in depth. I can't wait.
Yeah, Phil's always he's got another book I think he's working on, and he's really deep into it. So,
dude, that's so cool.
All right, guys, thanks for joining us, and I appreciate every one of you. And if it weren't for you, who would I be? And you know what? Love, peace, chicken grease, and keep it real, keep it love, and keep it fun.
Mwah! Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye, guys.